Hello everybody, Sticks here with the Token Minorities, and I hope you're excited because I know I am that Fates Collide is now out and able to play with on Pokemon TCGO, and there has been so much hype surrounding this, this entire set, really, and I'm really excited that I have perhaps the most hyped deck in Mega Alakazam for you guys. And before I get into this video, just a reminder that if you like this video or found it helpful, please leave a like, drop a comment, and maybe subscribe. It helps us out a ton and lets us do a lot more for you guys. But like I said, I am able to bring you a Mega Alakazam deck on the day that Fates Collide comes out, and I'm so excited to be able to do this because I've had this deck list since I found out that Fates Collide was going to be a set and I saw this card. I am so excited to bring this for you guys. And let's just go ahead and jump right into the Pokemon. We have two Shaymin, because I mean Shaymin is Shaymin, and you just want Shaymin to be able to draw cards. And we're running a 3-3 line of the Alakazam and Mega Alakazam from the new set. I saved up coins and bought, I think, 45 packs and was able to pull one of the secret rare Alakazams. So that is amazing. I mean, look at this art. This is ridiculous. You have the Lugia and the Umbreon in the background. That is just so cool. And Alakazam has the attack for a Psychic and a Colorless. Basically, if you have a Dimension Valley, you can do this for a Colorless. Put 3 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon that has any energy attached to it. So basically, it forces your opponent to just load up one Pokemon. Otherwise, damage gets spread a lot. And it also has the ability Kinesis when you play Mega Alakazam EX from your hand to evolve this Pokemon. Before it evolves, you may put 2 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon and 3 damage counters on one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Now, that doesn't really seem like a lot because, I mean, hey, it's just like 3 damage counters here, 2 damage counters here. What's the big deal with it? I mean, that's not a lot of damage. Well, the big deal is Mega Alakazam's attack, Zen Force. 10 base power, and it does 30 more for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. That adds up really quickly. I mean, just 4 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon, and Zen Force is hitting for a whopping 130 damage. That is more than enough to knock out, well, actually, that is just enough to knock out a lot of EXs. So, I mean, that is a phenomenal attack, and you can do it for just a single Psychic Energy if you have a Dimension Valley in play. So Mega Alakazam is a huge threat, and even with the 1 retreat cost too, so you can't really get it Lysandered up to stall, and I mean, it attacks for 1, retreats for 1. It is just a really great Pokemon that I'm super pumped to use. We are also coupling Mega Alakazam with a line of bats just for extra damage. I mean, put 20 more damage put 2 more damage counters on an opponent's Pokemon with Crobat's Sneaky Bite, and all of a sudden, Zen Force is hitting for 60 more damage. That is absolutely amazing, and just phenomenal synergy between these guys. Oh, and the bats also have free retreat, so that is just something that, I mean, is another cool thing about this deck. I'm running a kind of peculiar 4-3-2 line of bats. I know that that's a little strange because you kind of want to run as many Crobat as Zubat, but this line was used in a previous deck, and I really like how it works, especially with the synergy with like Devolution Spray, Super Scoop Up, and AZ. Having a few more Zubats and Golbats really lets you just pile up the damage counters in one turn by playing these guys and then just evolving all of your different Pokemon. And what would a line of bats be without a Wobbuffet to take advantage of? And Wobbuffet's a non-EX attacker, similar to Alakazam, but doesn't hit as hard for 1 Psychic Energy with the Dimension Valley. Basically does Zen Force, but only 10 more for each damage counter. And also Bide Barricade is just great for shutting down abilities, although you do have to be careful. Your Shaymin will not be able to use its ability when Wobbuffet is in play, so that's something to keep in mind. As for the items, we were running 3 De-Evolution Spray for the Bats line, but also in a pinch, you could use this for an Alakazam and Mega Alakazam to get 3 more damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon and 2 onto the active and 3 onto a benched. So I mean, it's one thing to keep in mind. Usually you will use them with the bats, but you could also use them for Alakazam and Mega Alakazam if you want. Running 2 Level Ball to get Zubat and Golbat out, 1 Super Rod to get everything back into our deck if we need it, 2 Super Scoop Up to pull up a Bats or a Shaymin if you want to, 4 Trainer's Mail to help with the consistency and to get some more stuff out, 4 Ultra Ball to get all of our Pokemon out, 4 VS Seeker to reuse our supporters. I mean, VS Seeker is just phenomenal. It lets you use up to, 8 of a single supporter in a game if you so choose. As for the supporters, We are running 1 AZ. It has great synergy with the Bat line and Shaman, just being able to pick up Shaman, play it back down, get some more damage on things, or pick up a Bats line and replay it down on other Bats. Just great for spreading damage. 1 Lysander. I mean, Lysander is just great and really should go in any deck. And then a 3-3 line of N and Sycamore. Now, this is actually the first time I'm really using N because I was not playing back in, well, I really just started playing back in November when N was already rotated out. So I really am not used to N, so I'm not sure exactly what the perfect line of N and Sycamore is to run, particularly with VS Seeker. So I'm going to be running a 3-3. Feel free to tinker with that however you want. That's just the line I'm going with. For Dimension Valley, I'm running the absolute max because you want to be able to attack for 1 energy with every single Pokemon. 3 Alakazam Spirit Links because we are only running 3 Mega Alakazam, and then 3-4 of Mystery Energy and Psychic Energy. Mystery Energy has that really nice perk of being able to give free retreat to every single one of our Psychic Pokemon, but it does have the downside of being able to be discarded by Zero Sick and Enhanced Hammer. So that's why we're only running 3 instead of 4. And I do want to preface this video by saying I am not sure that this is the best deck list. In fact, I'm almost positive that it is not. This set is completely new, and new things will be found out as the whole set gets older and the metagame is allowed to adapt to it. So this is just the deck list that I am bringing you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it and have fun with it, but feel free to tinker with it, change it however you want to. I mean, just change it to your liking, change it however you want, and go nuts with it. But anyway, I'm done rambling. Let's just go ahead and see this deck in action. Alrighty, we have found one against Panchito 25 with a Fighting Dark and Psychic deck, or not Psychic, colorless. So it looks like an Yveltal, looks like an Yveltal Gallade deck. And what's awesome about the deck that I'm using is that everything operates off a single energy. So, I mean, Yveltal will not be able to, rack up damage because we have to put a ton of energy onto our Pokemon. And, I mean, he will only be able to hit, well, with an extra 20 from us. We do lose the coin flip. That's a bit unfortunate. This deck does like to go first, but it's not the absolute end of the world. So let's see what we start with. Nothing so far. So we will have to mulligan, give our opponent an extra card. It's not a huge deal. But, I mean, it's just kind of something annoying that you don't want to have to do. So, there we go. We will mull again, see what else we are going to start with. And it looks like we are going to start with a Shaman. Ugh, that is not good. I do have a Super Scoop Up, so, I guess that's something that I could potentially work with. What I think I'm going to do is go for a Trainer's Mail and kind of hope that I can get an Ultra Ball or something. If I have to get, like, a Sycamore or something off of the Trainer's Mail, that would be very, very unfortunate. Looks like my opponent immediately gets an Yveltal down and plays an energy onto it. Ooh, that is not a great start for my opponent. What do we get? Okay, so we get an N. I really don't want to have to do that, but there's nothing else I can do. I wish I could play my Super Scoop Up, but that would just cause me to lose the match right there, so I'm just going to go ahead and play the N, get a new hand of 6. Unfortunately, my opponent will get that as well, and oh man, we get a Sycamore. We get Sycamore and a Super Scoop Up and not a single basic Pokemon. That is devastating. I'm hoping we can get something to where I'd be able to use the Super Scoop Up, but otherwise this is bad. My opponent has a Float Stone, a Muscle Band, and a DCE. I think I just lose. Okay, doesn't need the Muscle Band anymore. He has the Fighting Fury Belt. This is not good. This is very not good. 1, 2, 3, then 4, 5. So, he only needs... If he has a Giovanni Scheme and a VS Seeker, we just lose. So, very unfortunate start, but this deck runs plenty of basic Pokemon. It's just, we got very, very unlucky with our starting hand and then what we end ourselves into. In fact, it's even worse that we gave our opponent enough to work with. So, I'm really hoping he doesn't have much off of his, okay, he does just AZ. That's so bad for us. Oh man, he's just gonna Evil Ball, and if we do not get something else this turn, if he had a Muscle Band instead, we would lose. Oh, we do get a Level Ball. That's something I can definitely work with. Oh man, that was scary. Let's go ahead and play the Zubat down, go for a Dimension Valley, go ahead and super scoop up the Shaman, or not. Go ahead and Sycamore. So I'm really hoping I can get a super scoop up or something. We don't get anything really good. Looks like we get an Alakazam Spirit Link. It's not worth it. What do I have? I have an N in my hand, so I'm just going to grab that just in case I need something else. And what I can do is go ahead and Ultra Ball away the Alakazam Spirit Link, and I think probably the Dimension Valley. I mean, that's not the best thing to do, but I mean, I think it's something I have to do. And then grab an Alakazam and just try to go from there, really. Let's go ahead and play that down. Go ahead and play this onto the Alakazam. Play this onto the Shaman. Go for a Sky Return. And that's not the best, but let's just go into Zubat and hope Zubat can live a hit or something like that. I will be able to evolve into a Mega Alakazam next turn, and if the Dimension Valley stays put, I will be able to hit him for some good damage. My opponent has a Judge. That's not good. We finally had something good, and my opponent has a Judge. We even get something... man, we are just getting so unlucky right now. Every time we seem to have something going, we just kind of get... We just get into a very unfortunate position. If I can draw a Shaman or something... this is not going particularly well. I am praying that I can get a Sycamore or something to where I'd be able to draw something. I don't know. At this point, we had a very good hand. My opponent just happened to get very lucky that he had a Judge at that time, and that's very, very frustrating. But what are you going to do? And my opponent seems to be taking a very long time picking his prizes. He can't see anything, so I don't know if he has a formula for it or something, but we just have to sit here and wait. What I am going to do, obviously, next turn is play down both Zubat, and then just hope that I can top deck something good. If I can top deck a Shaman, that will be phenomenal. An Ultra Ball, anything to just get some more draw support or something like that. That's all... no, that's a Psychic Energy. That's unfortunate. What I can do is play down a couple Zubat, go for this, and then I guess just go for the Suppression. It's not what I want to do, but it's what I am forced to do in this situation. If I can somehow get a Mega Alakazam or something next turn, I will be able to knock out this Yveltal and be in an okay position. But that's the thing. As bad of a start as we had and as unlucky as we've been, we're still in an okay position because Mega Alakazam will be able to knock out this Yveltal next turn. He'll be able to knock out the Yveltal on the bench, and okay, my opponent gets a Tails on the Birch's Observations, and of course gets a DCE off of a Tails from a Birch's Observations. Oh man, that is so frustrating. But alright, we get a Sycamore. Oh my goodness, that is such a relief. We do get a Golbat, so we can get some more damage on some stuff. What I think, gonna go ahead and play that, go ahead and get... I think I already knock out the Yveltal, so what I am going to do is go ahead and damage the Zorua, go ahead and Ultra Ball, I think get rid of the Devolution Spray and the Psychic Energy. I think I'm going to actually go for a Shaman at this point because I need to get some more cards, and I'm going to hope that I can get a Mega Alakazam this way. I could have just gone for a Mega Alakazam the regular way, but I decided to go for it this way, and it looks like we're going to pay the price because unless we can get a heads on this, we are going to... Okay, so we do get that. Let's go ahead and play... Get the Alakazam back up. Go ahead and play the Golbat. Play the Alakazam there. Put the Spirit Link on it. And I think for this turn, I'm just going to retreat into my Zubat, and I think I'm just going to go for a... what am I going to go for? I think I'm just going to go for a Skill Dive this turn, get like 10 damage on something. It really doesn't matter. Let's just get 10 more damage on the Yveltal. He will be able to knock out my Zubat, but next turn I almost assuredly will be able to get a Mega Alakazam unless something goes weird, because I have a Sycamore in my discard pile. I'll be able to Crobat and get some more damage on really anything. I mean, what I could have done is gone for a Crobat or put the Zubat, put the 10 damage on this Zorua right here. I mean, I guess it's okay. Let's see. For now, I will be able to hit for 100 damage. That's not enough. I need a little more damage on the Yveltal on the bench. Good thing I have a Crobat in my hand. And what I could do is actually go for N, depending on what my opponent goes for. He does go for the AZ. I'm wondering what he's going to try to... What's he going to try to AZ up? Is he just going to bring the Yveltal up? Maybe. Or, yeah, he's just bringing the Yveltal on the bench. That's weird. So what my opponent's going to do is just Evil Ball. He will get one prize, but we are actually in an okay position at this point, surprisingly. I am not going to go for the N this turn, just because it will give my opponent some more cards. I am definitely just going to go for the Sycamore and just kind of hope at this point. What I could also do, I get a Psychic Energy. Let's go ahead and play this Golbat down, put the 30 damage onto that guy. And then I could end, but it'd give my opponent some more cards. I think I'm just going to play the Mystery Energy onto the Alakazam, and I think just go for a Sycamore to hopefully get a Mega Alakazam. I have 3 in my deck at this point. There we go. There's one. Alright, let's play that guy down. Yes, I do. I have the Alakazam Spirit Link, so it doesn't matter. And yes, I would. Let's go ahead and put some damage... wait, did I press no instead of yes? Ah, darn it. TCGO does that. I don't like how they do that, but we do get a de-evolution spray. That is something that I can use on the Crobat. Let's go ahead and do that. Pick that guy. De-evolve it into Golbat. Play the Shaman. Maybe get a Zubat or something like that to be able to get some more damage. Nope, don't get it, but that's not the end of the world because we do just go into our Mega Alakazam and hit for a ton of damage on the Yveltal, and now we are in an absolutely amazing position after what was a horribly slow start. We even get another Alakazam. I'm wondering, do I have... Okay, I have one more Alakazam Spirit Link left, and I even have a Lysander in my discard pile that I can go for if I want to get some more damage on something. I even have Free Treat with my Mega Alakazam. There's the Zoroark, so I might want to target that guy down because he actually has the ability to do damage to me, and that is not something that I want to deal with, so that is definitely going to be the target of my attack this turn. I'm going to go ahead and Ultra Ball away an Alakazam and a... I think I'm going to actually Ultra Ball away the Alakazam and a Golbat. I don't need the Mega Alakazam anymore. It's not... I mean, I have my Mega Alakazam out and ready to attack, so it's not going to do that much for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and play this Crobat down, get damage on the Zoroark, play the energy onto the Wobbuffet, go for a VS Seeker to grab a Lysander in the Zoroark, and take another prize with a Zen Force. So yeah, I mean this... we are rolling at this point. Mega Alakazam is just completely unstoppable. I even get a Super Rod that I can throw back in an Alakazam and a Zubat if I want. I don't know if my opponent's going to particularly be able to come back. Whatever he plays down, I will be able to Lysander it up and get some really good damage on it. I can grab... Okay, so he does go for an Ultra Ball. I'm thinking he's going to grab a Shaman, but all that's going to do is just give me a Lysander target. I don't think... Will that be able to knock it out? So if I get 2, that'll do 70, and it will not quite be able to knock it out, but if I have a Crobat or something, then that would be a knockout on the Shaman. We do see an Umbreon, so that guy is going to get scary if more damage gets onto my Alakazam, so I do want to start getting that guy down as quickly as possible. Let's see a Battle Compressor right there. I think I'm going to target down the Umbreon just because that guy will be able to... I guess he'll take 3 prizes, which isn't a big deal, and I do still have Lysander available if I need it. I will be able to KO this Yveltal this turn. And you know what? I think we're still in a good position. I do have to be wary of the Umbreon if he gets it completely powered up, but what I might just go ahead and do is knock out his VS Seeker for let's see, do I have a Crobat? I still have a Crobat in my deck somewhere. Probably play the Golbat down, put damage onto the Umbreon, knock out the Yveltal, and let's see, knock out the Yveltal, and then all I need is just some more damage on the Umbreon to be able to knock it out. And I think that will have to be what I'm gonna go for right now. So let's just go ahead and Golbat into the Umbreon, get some more damage on it. Do I want to VS Seeker? I think I want to keep the Lysander just in case. What I can do is Super Rod, actually. Back in the Golbat, a Zubat, and an Energy just in case. And then I'll be out of my Lysanders, but my opponent has to go into his Umbreon if he wants a chance to win. So what I think I'm actually going to do is go ahead and keep what I have, knock out this Yveltal. I don't think there is a way that Umbreon can knock out my Mega Alakazam next turn, and what I can always do is either Lysander in something and knock it out, or go for kind of the knockout with a... so Wobbuffet. So Zorua comes in, my opponent goes for an Ultra Ball. I don't know what he's going to grab. If I can top deck a Crobat or an Ultra Ball, that will be phenomenal. How much more do I have? So my opponent, if my opponent has a DCE, he'll be able to knock out my Mega Alakazam, and it looks like he does. So that is, bit of an oversight on my part, but if I can get, let's see, how many more Alakazams? I have a Mega Alakazam left in my deck. So what I am going to go ahead and do is play this energy onto the Alakazam, play that there, and then I think I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, I think I'm going to have to, I don't want to completely run myself out of resources, but what I can do is I can Crobat, what do I want to do? Because I can draw 7 and then I have 2 turns to work with. So I think that might be what I'm going to do. How many is my opponent down to? He's down to 2. Let's actually go for the AZ at this point. Yeah, let's go for the AZ. Play that onto the Crobat. I think, yes. Play the Zubat down. Play the Golbat onto the Crobat. And I will be able to put 3 damage counters there. I won't knock it out, but I will be able to knock it out next turn with a Golbat, I think. Yeah, and then I will just kind of have to go from there. So, I mean, this game is getting very, very close. My opponent will go down to 1 prize card, so that's something I have to watch out for. He does get a Trainer's Mail. And, this is getting much too close for comfort. My opponent even had a Professor Birch's observation, so I don't like this. Max Elixir gets another energy onto the Umbreon. What I do like, though, is that we have a fresh Mega Alakazam in the back to be able to do some more damage to my opponent. So he will Mind Jack, knock out the Wobbuffet, and go down to 1 prize, and at this point it's very much a 50-50, and I do have to make sure that I click the right thing on Alakazam to put more damage onto the Umbreon. So that is something to look out for, if I can actually do that correctly. And I'm wondering what my opponent's thinking right now. I will be able to take a prize this turn pretty much regardless, because I have the Golbat that can immediately evolve and put 2 damage counters onto the Zoroark. Or do I want to knock out... I think I might want to knock out the Zoroark with the Mega Alakazam. Yeah, that's what I think I want to do. Put 2 damage counters with the Mega Alakazam, and then put 3 damage counters onto the Umbreon. Then put 2 more damage counters. Okay, I think I win. I think I win. I think my math is correct. Let's go ahead and play the Alakazam down. Let's go ahead and Mega Evolve. Yes, I would. Let's put 30 right there. And okay, yep, my opponent knows it, so he just concedes. And we did win. I had the Crobat in my hand. I would have been able to put 20 more damage onto my opponent's Umbreon or his Shaman or whatever he decided to go into, and that would have been the win. So, whew, that was a very, very close game. Came down to the wire. Luckily, me deciding to click no instead of yes when yes is normally on the left and no's on the right. But I mean, hey, that's TCGO for you. What are you going to do? I hope you guys enjoyed this deck. Like I said, I doubt this is the best build for it. So feel free to make your own changes, make your own, make your own interpretations of it. Mega Alakazam, I think, could be really good, but it has some things that it needs to work out. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And this is Styx signing out. Why not? See you guys.